What's up guys, Daniel Reese from Zebrano Woodcraft. Today I'm just getting set up for a weekend woodworking project where I'll be making a wooden pen with a custom burnt inscription. Let's get into it. For this project I'll be using a piece of walnut and a piece of Padauk. I'll need my pen kit, drill bit, pen turning mandrel and my barrel trimmer and a few of the other bits in there to get everything all set up. I've got the pen kit laid out there in its component parts. As you'll see, these brass tubes. The brass tubes are 52mm. So I've trimmed my wooden blanks a bit larger to give me a bit of room for error when I drill. So I've trimmed them to about 55mm in length. They're also 1.5 centimeters by 1.5 centimeters, so 54mm by 15 by 15. The first stage is to take these blanks and take them to the drill, which I'll do on the lathe, so we can drill out the center, and then we'll put the brass tubes inside of these wooden blanks. I've set the lathe up with a 4-jaw chuck holding my walnut blank, also the drill chuck. I've just got everything really tight. And what I'll do to begin with is drill in about a centimetre or two and then drill out to let all the dust out, and I'll do this using the handle on the lathe, and then to finish off the blank I'll just push the drill in by hand. Tighten this right up. Retract the drill a little and then carry on. Job done. Now we just do the same with the other blank. The next stage is we need to glue these brass tubes into the wooden blanks. So you see that where I cut my blank a bit large, the tube will fit in there really well. To put the tube in, what we'll do is key the outside with just a piece of sandpaper. This is a 240 grit, so just key the outside of both tubes. This will just give the glue something extra to hold on to, and then we'll use some high viscosity super glue, a nice thick one, to put the tubes in. So I'll just be using this little paintbrush that I got from the pound store, and I've also put a piece of baking paper down as well so that none of the glue will get on my nice new cutting board. So let's glue this in. I drilled from this side. You can tell because the hole is a bit wider there. Just put the brass tube in from that side. So all I do is just put this on my paintbrush and then I apply my glue really quickly and then just push it into there. This is a really high speed operation, needs to be done quite quick. And now I'm just going to pop this in to here. Wiggle it around as I go. Just push that all the way down to the bottom. Great. Boom. Both of our tubes are in. As you can see, where I've drilled my hole in the blank, the tube doesn't sit flush with the edge of the wood. So I'm just coming over to the barrel trimmer, this cool little tool here. I'll basically drill this out on all sides of the wooden blanks so that the brass tube is flush with the wood. So I've just got everything set up here. Got my blank in my little drawers on my drill press vise. So I just drill this incrementally until I can just about see the brass tube. So now you can see that the brass tube is flush with the wood. So I just carry on, I do this to all sides of both blanks, and then we'll move on to the next stage. Here comes the fun part. So we're over at the lathe. So I set up the pen mandrel. Here's the pen mandrel here. Everything's all nice and tight. I've set it up so I have plenty of room to work with my chisels. 2 bushings there to stop me hitting this thing, pen blank. A bushing in the middle, the other pen blank, and then 2 bushings either side. And you just get these 2 little nuts on the end there. I'll start out with the lathe on high, and we'll start with this roughing gouge chisel here just to get the blanks to shape, make sure that they are round. Let's get started. So these blanks are round now, so they're roughly to shape. So what we need to do next is just move on to the skew chisel, give them a bit of a smoother finish. Now that it's all to shape, it's time to sand this sucker. So I've just left myself a bit of room between the bushing and the pen blank so that I can sand it down a bit. I'll start with a 240 grit and I'll move right up to a 1200 grit. Let's go. To burn my inscription on, I'm just using this Pyrography tool. So I'm just going to pencil on my inscription. I think it will look quite cool along here. It's for my friend Louise from Louise Does It. So there's the name penciled on. We'll just go now to the Pyrography tool and we'll just turn it up to just above 650. And what I'll do is I'll just test out on here first. And the trick is with Pyrography just to take it really slowly. So I may even do a couple of lighter passes. Just take some intense concentration. It's done. Looking pretty cool. Let me just erase the pencil off there and we'll see how we look. Looking cool. I like it. Let's take it back over to the lathe. We'll get both of these parts waxed up and then we'll put our pen together. Bit of wax on here and then just rub it all in. And then just wipe off the excess. Beautiful. Alrighty, so I'm just on my vise. I've got all my pen parts here. So all I'll do is just start with the nib. So we'll just put the nib in like this, put it in the clamp and squish it all together. And our pen now has a nib. Next I insert this little tube here into there. I'm going to push it in about that far, and then this, our pen nib, goes in. It just twists in. Now we just put together the end part, so this little clip and this part here. I'll make it so that the Louise is showing on the side. Nice, so that's on. All we do is we just take the front part of our pen, so this little bushing bit here, pop that on. Put the top on. We've got a beautiful pen.